Next on the docket, a trip to Orlando to meet the number 17 Magic. That's Tuesday night. But to put a little more pressure on the Magic men, the Hawks will look to take care of Colin Sexton out of Pebblebrook High School. And of course, one great year with the Auburn Tigers. He'll put it on the miss, but the Jazz get it back. This is Juzang from the wing. And rebounded by Risacher.
And, you know, they got guys on the floor that haven't been put in this type of...
And, of course, a common thread with head coach Quinn Snyder. He guided the fortunes of the Jazz for 8 years before coming to Atlanta. Will Hardy's the man who replaced him. And Quinn took...
one thing we've learned about Dyson Daniels, that if you give him the ball where he can just catch and take his time to take that three-point shot, that's a very high percentage.
NBA to the French national team representing at the Olympics. He ended by telling me he hopes to be watching his kids one day play in the league so he can have a few of these stories to tell himself, Bob.
The pass percent, he's averaging 17 a game. 16-11. Risacher.
And we were talking about
back for Collier. And out of bounds to Atlanta. Utah will sub in the 6'9" Micah. 17. Juzang cut off on the drive. Deontay.
And like I said, you know, Utah guys get in panic mode on a lot of those passes and make an errant pass.
And to the bucket, Collins, 35-23.
Hawks with the active hands get another knockaway there.
Final minute. Over.
Anytime at all. And again, Utah is late on the defensive chance.
Threes and 55% overall.
But again, it's off the drive and kick and getting guys open shots. He has a nice offensive game. Like I said, can get his own shot, get to the basket, knocks down the three.
47-39. Charge to Terrence Mann. So many Utah ties on that Hawks. Look at the bench. Greet Vit Krejci. And Charlotte earlier this week. Sensabaugh is 1 of 4 from downtown. He's a 42% three-point shooter. And a free throw to come. And Vit Krejci has a third assist.
Well, Vit Krejci is just doing his thing tonight. He's
Utah 8 of 18, 8 of 19, I should say, for 42%. Trey, a deep one. Coming on Utah.
But, you know, you look at what the Hawks have done this first half, Bob. You know, they put 76 points on the board right now with 57 seconds to go. But they're
81-61 Atlanta.
80. They need to maybe not duplicate what they did in that first half, but something close to it, man. You get out here with a huge win. Absolutely not.
No.
I said, look, I said moving. I didn't say running. I'm not going to sign him and give him away. I was going to keep him.
Well, I was going to say, talk to Quinn. He wore his yesterday, and he'll be happy to set you right up for a nice donation.
You know what? Hit that rookie wall, but most times guys do, and he's one of those guys look like he hit that wall, you know, pretty hard. It's been a tough year.
Hey.
Vit, shoot the ball, young man.
To the corner. Coming for Isaiah Collier. He's out of Wheeler High School, the 2023 Naismith Boys Player of the Year. Nationally, went to USC. Spin move. And to the line again goes Collier. Vit, his first foul.
Well, Collier gets you back on your heels.
Take one more look here at Trey as he gets to the middle of that Utah defense for an easy one.
Yeah, the Utah defense has been pretty much non-existent all night long.
To play it in from the side, off the screen, Karis LeVert gets another screen from Terrence Mann. Now takes Collier into the middle. Mo Gay from the corner.
On the offensive end, and you got to shut off the lane.
His season high is 33. We mentioned he's sitting on 25 off the bench today. Mr. Sexton revisiting those days of yore, hitting the three-pointer. 114-102. Terrence Mann. It's his 4th point of the game. Terrence has done a great job. 25 games played as a Hawk, but none coming. And a foul by Trey. Hooking with the arm. Second on Trey. It's on Utah, wouldn't hurt.
Well, right now, it's still a little close, too close for comfort here. Would love to see it been a bigger lead. Going into this
Tough pass in traffic on the baseline. Trey thought he got popped in the mouth. No call. A minute into the 4th quarter. He goes 3 out of 4 at the line. This is the closest the Jazz have been since it was an 8-point game early in the 2nd quarter. Here's George putting it on the deck against Terrence Mann. Mann all over him. Mikhailuk against Niang. Wing. And Keontae George could not get it to go.
George thought about pulling that one.
He'll get a chance here.
Left him with an open shot.
22 points, 12 assists for Trae Young today. 140-125 from the corner. Juzang good for the Hawks. By Atlanta. Karis LeVert came up waving that finger, and the bench says, well, we'll take